Hi everyone, it's Scott here, and I just saw a tag video from Benn Parsons, and it was kind of a fun idea, so I wanted to do one myself. And I'm not tagging anyone in particular, just anyone who wants to do it. It's kind of fun. The whole theme behind this tag is basically to select some of your favorite movies out of your collection that match the letters in your YouTube username. One for each letter of your YouTube username. My username is CineRam, which is sort of taken from the old school widescreen photographic process that was used in the 50s and 60s called C.I.N.E.R.A.M. I just lopped off the A and made my name, and I've used that actually on YouTube and also a few different message boards for places like IMDb and the Joe Blow Network and what have you. I've usually just used the word CineRam. And I wanted to keep that, which is why I haven't done the Google Plus thing and changed it to my real name. So the first letter C, I've picked Children of Men to represent. This came out in late 2006. It's directed by Alfonso Cuarón. This was the movie he made before Gravity, and it's a science fiction movie where in the future humanity has gone sterile. No one's having babies anymore for whatever reason. And so society's kind of descended into chaos. The main character is Clive Owen, of course, and he's asked to help a woman get out of the city where it's dangerous and into the hands of some scientists because she is carrying the first child that's been conceived in like 15 years, or the first child that's been born in 15 years. They wanted to get her to safety and perform some tests so they can figure out what's different about her so they can, restart humanity, because otherwise we're in danger of dying out. Julianne Moore and Michael Caine are in this movie. Chiwetel Ejiofor is also in it from 12 Years a Slave. Really, really great movie. I definitely liked it a lot more than Gravity. It's got a great style to it. The whole world, the futuristic London is really well realized, and it's got some great photography in there, long extended shots that are very impressive. Really like this movie a lot. The letter I, Inception, one of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies along with Batman Begins. Just a great concept, just very, very original and innovative, really exciting. Yeah, I like this movie a heck of a lot. Really, really great. Of course, it's all about DiCaprio and his team of people infiltrate people's subconscious in order to steal ideas and secrets or plant ideas, as the case may be. Really exciting film. For the letter N, Nixon, one of my favorite movies, directed by Oliver Stone. Stars Anthony Hopkins as Richard Nixon and Joan Allen as Pat Nixon, his wife. And another really large ensemble cast from an Oliver Stone movie, very similar in the sense to JFK. Really great visual style, a score by John Williams in much the same way that he scored Born on the 4th of July and JFK. Yeah, terrific movie. It's long, it's very, very complicated. Some people really don't like this movie very much, but I really do. I find it very, very interesting. Nixon. The letter E, Election, from Alexander Payne, who is the director of The Descendants and Sideways. And recently he came out with a movie with Bruce Dern called Nebraska. His first movie was Citizen Ruth with Laura Dern, another favorite of mine, but this one came out after that. It's got Matthew Broderick as a high school teacher who's running the student council election. Reese Witherspoon as Tracy Flick, the very ambitious and mischievous person who wants to win the presidency very, very badly and will do whatever she can to do it. And of course Chris Klein as the football guy who Matthew Broderick recruits to run against her because no one else seems to want to do it. I really like the style of this movie. It reminded me a lot of Goodfellas when I first saw it. Basically it's a lot of flashbacks, narrations, freeze frames, a lot of cinematic tricks that I really enjoy. Really enjoy this movie quite a lot. For letter R, Reservoir Dogs, my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. One of the few that actually ends and leaves me wanting more versus the ones that seem to go on for really a lot longer than they need to. A great cast, lots of great twists, just a really exciting, rambunctious movie. Gotta love it. Gotta love dogs. For the letter A, Angel Heart. This is a 1987 film from Alan Parker, who did movies like The Commitments and Evita. He's done a bunch of stuff over the years, all different genres. Mickey Rourke right here is a private investigator in the 50s. He's hired by the Robert De Niro character to find a popular singer named Johnny Favorite who owes Robert De Niro something, not money maybe, but something else. So he goes to New Orleans to track him down and gets into a world of confusing mess involving voodoo and all kinds of scary stuff. Very, very stylish movie, very, very well photographed, creepy as hell. Just, you know, definitely my favorite Alan Parker movie, and just a really terrific movie overall. Finally, for the letter M, Miller's Crossing, my favorite Coen Brothers movie. A gangster picture that came out in 1990, same year as Goodfellas, but very, very different. Takes place in the 30s, or maybe the 20s, I forget exactly, but it's during Prohibition, and all the gangsters are controlling all the liquor traffic in the city. The main character is played by Gabriel Byrne, and he's this advisor to the Irish boss of the city, played by Albert Finney. But there's some trouble involving Albert Finney and his sister, played by Marcia Gay Harden, because she's been secretly seeing... no, wait a minute. No, sorry. Marcia Gay Harden's actually John Turturro's sister, but she's seeing Albert Finney, but she's been secretly seeing... Gabriel Byrne, right? And once Albert Finney finds this out, he and Gabriel Byrne at odds, so Gabriel Byrne goes to see the Italian guy who runs the Italian gangs. That's John Polito. Complicated storyline, but really, really great dialogue. Very, very stylish. Coen Brothers, I love those guys very much, and this is my favorite film by them. Since that was kind of a short username, I thought I'd also pick some movies to represent my actual name, Scott. So for the letter S, 7. My favorite David Fincher film, of course, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman are the homicide detectives looking for a serial killer who's based all of his killings on the 7 deadly sins. Was just totally blown away when I first saw this movie. It's an amazing film, great photography, very, very suspenseful, intense, and yeah, quite creepy as well. Long-time favorite of mine. For the letter C, A Clockwork Orange, another C, one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies, along with Full Metal Jacket. Crazy movie, Alec Baldwin, this movie, excuse me, not Alec Baldwin, Malcolm McDowell plays a character named Alex. This takes place, it was filmed in 1971, but it's actually set in the future. This is basically a whole bunch of gangs running around England, causing all kinds of havoc. And so when Malcolm McDowell, the main character, gets arrested, he's given a psychological process called the Ludovico technique, which makes him physically ill and suicidal whenever he encounters violence. So he can't hurt anyone anymore, but it also means the people can hurt him, and he can't really do anything about it. It's a really, really insane movie. Just always like this movie a lot. Always really like the story and the script and everything like that. Of course, it's based on a novel, but yeah, it's definitely a striking Kubrick movie. For the letter O, my favorite Soderbergh film, Out of Sight. This is based on an Elmore Leonard novel. George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez are the main characters. He's a bank robber. She's a federal marshal. They have an encounter as he's escaping from prison, and then she spends the rest of the movie looking for him. She is supposed to arrest him, of course, but she's more interested in getting to know him. And he, her, of course, they have some good chemistry. One of the few good Jennifer Lopez movies. There's a really good cast in this movie as well. Lots of really good actors like Steve Zahn, Ving Rhames, Don Cheadle. Yeah, just Catherine Keener. Tons of really cool people, and a great style of this movie as well. The editing in this movie is particularly sweet, the way they'll do these freeze frames every once in a while. And the scene here where the two of them meet in a bar in Detroit is just really, really great. I have a couple of T's. This is Talk Radio, another Oliver Stone movie that I really like, probably my favorite Oliver Stone movie. It's about the talk show host in Dallas. It's based on a play by this guy right here, who plays the main character, Eric Bogosian. Really great performance by him, and he's Jewish, and he's got sort of got an alternative sensibility. A lot of the people in Dallas, all the listeners, don't like him very much, and wish him many bad things. It's a very, very powerful film. And for the other T, Thelma and Louise from 1991, one of my favorite Ridley Scott movies. Both Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis were nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Awards that year. Really, really great film. Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon are going on a road trip, and along the way, Gina Davis gets attacked by a jerk, and Susan Sarandon shoots him, and then they go on the run from the cops. Terrific movie, really like it a lot, and also very nice photography in that one as well. That's my little list right there. Again, anyone who wants to do one of these videos in response, please go ahead. I'm not tagging anyone in particular, just if you want to do it, something fun I thought would be cool to do. There's a link to Benn Parson's video if you want to see his as well, because he was the one who clued me into this particular tag. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again real soon.